Hey loves, if you don't already know me, my name's Jeanette Spencer and I'm the founder of the Women's Entrepreneurial Network. If you're just starting out in business, I've got a bit of a treat for you. Click down in the description box and download my free business startup checklist. It'll break down the first 12 steps that you need to take to really hit the ground running. Okay, so let's dive into today's video. Since the beginning of the pandemic, what I've noticed is that the number of women that have decided to explore the path to entrepreneurship has increased dramatically, and that is phenomenal. This means there's going to be way more female bosses, which always gets me excited. If you are one of those women, this video is for you. Starting a business and becoming your own boss is super exciting, but there's so much to consider. So it's definitely a good idea to make sure that you start off on the right foot. Okay, so today I'll be talking about 8 steps that you can take before actually launching your business to make sure that you get off to a good start. Okay, so step 1, work on creating your business plan. I think it's easy to feel like you can just jump in with the idea and just take things as they come, but there's probably going to be a time in your business where you lose momentum and get stuck, not knowing what to do to make sure that you are moving forward and making progress. This is where a plan really comes in handy. It helps you to implement a strategy that you can follow to get the best results, but not only that, it highlights things that you might not have thought about if you didn't do the process of sitting down, putting pen to paper, and really thinking about how you're going to strategically develop and grow your business. Your business plan doesn't have to be complicated. A 1-page business plan is good enough. You just need structure, girl. Winging it simply isn't going to get you where I know you want to be. If you are a little bit apprehensive about creating your first business plan, I got you covered. Click the link at the top of the screen where I'll show you how to create a business plan so we can completely squash any worries that you might have. So moving on, step 2 is choose your business name and buy your domain. Choosing a name for your business is definitely one of the more fun things to do. And although this seems like a really simple task, you can get it wrong. When I first started out in business, I picked the worst name ever. It was bad for a couple of reasons. The first reason was that nobody could pronounce it. And the second reason was that nobody could spell it, which doesn't bode well for Google searches. Be smart about your business name. Ultimately, it's part of your brand and it's going to stick with you throughout your entrepreneurial journey. Having to change your name down the line presents a whole load of problems. You'll need to change your logo, you'll need to change your stationery, plus there's having to tell people that you're trading under a different name. It's just not worth it. So make sure you choose a name that you love, that means something to you, that's easy to pronounce, that's easy to spell, and that you won't need to change 2 years down the line like I did. So next, just do a little bit of due diligence and get onto Google just to check that nobody has the same name as you. And if you do find someone that does have the same name as you, or maybe a few people, just make sure that the name isn't trademarked, and also that you are not doing the exact same thing as this other company that has the same or a similar name to you, because that can be quite confusing for consumers. So once you've chosen and checked your name, you are ready to buy your domain name. And your domain name is an identification string that leads people to your website. I would always recommend buying a domain name with a .com at the end. If that's not available, that's okay. You can choose whatever you like. The only reason that I say .com is because it's really easy to remember. So step 3, you might want to consider registering your business. I feel like there's something about registering your business that just makes it all real. So to register your business, you'll need to think about your business structure. So I'm not going to go into this too much because the business structure and registration process is going to vary in different locations. So I'm in the UK. I know that a lot of my watchers are in the US, but in the UK, the main business structures are sole trader, partnership, limited liability partnership, and a limited company. The structure that you decide to choose for your business is going to depend on the type of company that you're starting. Okay, so moving on to step 4, you might want to think about setting up your email address. I think it's really necessary to have a professional email address when it comes to your business. So when you buy your domain name, you'll probably be given the option to add an email address. And this is definitely something that you can go ahead and do if that's what you want to. However, there are companies out there that offer this for free. And yes, I mean a free professional business email address. So there's a company called Zoho who offer something called Zoho Mail, and they will offer you a free professional business address that can be linked to your domain with 5 gigabytes of free space. Head over there, honey. I've been using them for years and I absolutely love them. Not only that, but they're a CRM system. So when you get there, have a look around and see if there's any other functionalities that you might be able to use for your business. Okay, so step 5, it's time for you to create your website or your landing page. So your website is effectively the front door to your business, which means it matters. It's the first impression given to your customers of you. It represents your brand and what people can expect from you. A landing page is more of a standalone web page that is created to help you promote a specific item related to some kind of advertising or marketing campaign. Whichever one you decide to go with, just make sure that it's a good representation of you and your business and it really pops and shines. So website aesthetics, important, yeah. But you'll need to make sure that your site is optimized for search engines. If you can afford to hire an expert for this, then definitely do that because they're gonna do the best job. But if not, that's okay. Give it a go yourself. There are loads of resources online that can help you do so. A couple of tips though are make sure that your headings are meta tagged. Make sure all your images are compressed and also that you are adding alt text to all your photos. It's also a good idea to make sure that your website is optimized for mobile phones. Once you've got your site up and running, pop over to Ubersuggest. There you'll be able to identify any on-page errors or anything that might be stopping you from ranking in Google. Now it's a really good time to consider opening your business bank account. You don't have to have a business bank account, but what I would suggest is if you choose not to, have an additional personal bank account that all your business transactions go through, because when it comes to doing your taxes, this is going to make your life so much easier. If you're operating in the UK as a limited company, you are going to need to have a business bank account. But if you're a sole trader, as I said before, it's not compulsory, it's up to you. I just can't stress enough how important it is to get into the habit of keeping your personal transactions and your business transactions separate. Okay, so step 7, it's time to think about how you're going to manage your accounts. As your business grows, you'll need to make sure that you're managing your accounts efficiently, as not doing so could get you in a little bit of trouble with the tax office, and none of us want that. So using an accounting system such as QuickBooks is a really good idea when you first start out. I think it costs about $12 a month, somewhere along those lines. So it's a small fee. But if you decide you'd rather not pay for account management software, then using a good old-fashioned Excel spreadsheet is absolutely fine. In actual fact, my uncle is my accountant and he insists that I submit my accounts to him via Excel spreadsheet every year, which makes me laugh so much. There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting back to basics. Okay, so as someone that has just started out in business, step number 8 is to get yourself a mentor. There's proven evidence that having a mentor gives you the best start at creating a really successful business. The number one asset that a mentor brings to the table is their experience and their knowledge, and in a lot of cases, their contacts. I honestly can't think of a better way to learn than to learn from someone that is where you want to be. All the problems that you're due to face on the way, they've been there, they've done that. They've wrote the book and bought the t-shirt. This is what makes their input invaluable. Also, what you'll find is working with a mentor gives you access to a network that is really extensive, and they can help give you access to people like investors or other people that are in key positions that might benefit and help your business to thrive. Okay, so those are the 8 steps, but I've just got one more thing that I want to say. To succeed in business, it's really important that you're clear of your why. Why are you doing this? What's driving you? Is it your kids? Is it the dream of financial abundance? Is it to create more time? Whatever it is, it's really important for you to be able to identify this at an early stage, because this is what's gonna push you when you're having those down days. When you get out of bed in the morning and you feel like, I don't wanna do this anymore, I'm tired, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not where I wanna be yet. Be clear on why you want to become a badass businesswoman and never lose sight of that reason. Okay, that's it from me, lovelies. So as always, thank you so much for your time. And if you would like to find out more about how the Women's Entrepreneurial Network can help you move forward in your business, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Be sure to check it out and sign up for our business club waiting list. Don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe to join this awesome community. Ciao.